So it was our second consecutive year for the Grand Design National Rally, and it's held in Goshen, Indiana. For us, being in St. Louis, not really a far trip, but one of the highlights, for me anyway, is I think anytime we have a chance to cross the Mississippi River.
Really?
Well, just
Because we never go anywhere.
just to see the mighty Mississippi, right?
Okay.
But anyway,
I'm from here, so it's not a big deal to me. I'm like, ooh, Brown River. The muddy Mississippi. See, I think of it as the muddy Mississippi, not the mighty Mississippi.
well,
Anyway.
but we did take a side trip to Greenfield, Indiana, where we did a bike ride, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Upon arriving at the Elkhart Fairgrounds, it was just so amazing at just how organized the volunteers are. And interestingly enough, because we were getting emails and whatnot, we came a second day.
Last name?
Chatham.
C-H-A-T?
C-H-A-T-H-A-M. So registration, or people had already been arriving the day before
They had 400 RVs check in on Friday.
on a single day.
Yeah.
So we missed all that mayhem, which
Yeah.
I think was a good thing.
And there's so many volunteers. I mean, you check in and then there's somebody in a golf cart that's going to escort you to your section. So 400 RVs, and you know, they had to have a multitude of golf carts to get everybody to their site. Boom, 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 just one right after another.
They did lead us to our site. Last year, just a little perspective, we were with the cool kids in Section A.
So they put us in the right spot.
Yeah. Section A is where you have all the hookups.
A gravel pad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and a lot of the important people are staying there. Don Clark is there. A lot of people organizing the event. How we were able to get there last year was
Beginner's luck.
Yeah, beginner's luck. This year we were in Section L. They like to call it the land of the lost.
We were in the party section.
We were in the party section.
Which it really wasn't bad. I never had a hard time falling asleep, that's for sure.
And it was really a good group of people.
Yes.
The Bates and the Rileys had a great agenda planned out, and it was really a lot of fun. So we'll touch on some of those things a little bit later. But once the rally did start, it was Monday, and it always kicks off with Don Clark welcoming everybody. He's also introducing his staff and giving some kudos along the way to folks. So that was a lot of fun. And then the seminars start off, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but we were fortunate enough to have a seminar of our own. Each night there were dinners provided by Grand Design. There was a morning breakfast as well. And then I think one thing that everybody looks forward to is the barbecue.
The pig roast.
The pig roast on Wednesday. And again, our second year, and it was just as good as the first year.
The food.
The food.
Yeah. And there's activities every night. Bingo one night, a casino night another night, a game night where, you know, games outdoors. The very last night there was a concert, they had a band. So there's always something going on.
And then too, a silent auction.
Yes.
And we also contributed a basket for that. So we're going to talk about a list that each of us developed, the 5 favorite things about this trip. And some of them may not be about the rally itself, because there's other events or other activities that we did that were a part of this trip. So I think the first thing on our list, and Lynn and I, we did this separately, that side trip that I referred to a little bit earlier, we did a organized bike ride.
Just outside of just outside of Indianapolis, in a town called Greenfield. And we had gone last year on our way to, because we had an extra day for some reason. And so we had gone to do the race before we went to the rally. Well, we overslept.
Well,
It ended up-
Linda's being too kind because
Whatever.
we overslept because I failed to set an alarm.
We're here at the Hancock Flats 50 and 25 mile bike ride.
Yes, thank you. I'm doing the 50 miles, Linda's doing the 25.
Of course.
And for me, the event starts in just less than 10 minutes. Linda is 15 minutes behind me.
Oh, that's
and
right.
This is advertised as being flat, so I guess we'll find out.
We thought we'd give it a try again this year, and it was a really nice ride. We had great weather, had good food at the end. They had like 3 different food trucks to choose from, so food was good. Gary had a beer or 2. He got my beer ticket. So yeah, score. Next year, maybe we'll do the same one again, because we know it now. We know what to
Not
expect.
only that, but we'd also like to invite you too, maybe.
Yeah, if you're going to go to the rally,
Yeah.
or you're going to be in that general vicinity, yeah, we'd love to ride with you. So we left there. We went back to our campground. We were given a late checkout so we could go back and shower. It was only a couple hours to get to Goshen then, and we checked in.
Let's talk about the second most favorite item.
Yeah, so last year, we were new. We were talking about it earlier, and he said it was like being a freshman.
Yeah.
You didn't know where the classrooms were, and you didn't really know anybody, and just felt out of place. And that's kind of how we felt last year, because we had only just retired, had only really taken our reflection out on, well, we did a shakeout trip in town, and then we went to another rally before this one. So we were still super newbies.
Very.
So we met the people next door to us. They were really nice. And we met, people who were around us. So this time, we not only Gary gave the seminar, but we gave some different exercise classes too. So there was a bike ride and a walk run and yoga and a body weight exercise class. And through those classes, we met people.
We did.
Yeah, and then our neighbors next to us at our campground, but not to say that wasn't important too. But yeah, so it seemed like people knew who we were. They would say hi when we were like going to get in line for dinner or something. So we felt like we met more people.
Yeah, I think we felt more of a connection this year. And yeah, maybe to your point, a lot of it had to do with the seminar and the classes and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, we even had a couple that contacted us and said, hey, we'd love to get together and talk. So we met for ice cream. There was a food truck, an ice cream food truck. And so we got some ice cream and sat and talked with them for a couple hours. And so that was great too. So yeah, maybe making connections with people, even just standing in line waiting for dinner was really awesome.
When you talk about meeting people, I think probably at maybe the top of my list was meeting Stan and Rhonda.
So enamored with Stan and Rhonda.
Well, I think from the standpoint, and they're with Over the Hills Adventures, and they do a lot of cycling, and I think when you talk about enamored, it's a fact that there's a lot. It seems that we have a lot in common.
Yes.
I think that's a big part of it.
And they were just so open to meeting people and talking, and so we had a couple of dinners with them and sat with them during the fireside chat, and
just very down to earth.
very, yes. We're looking forward to seeing them again
We are.
this winter.
We are. And if you're looking for somebody to follow, check them out, because they do put out some really good videos on their travels.
Yeah.
So mentioned earlier about doing this, putting on this fitness seminar, and I'm going to step back just a little bit. The rally that we attended in June of last year was an escapees rally. And one of the things that they had was a exercise seminar. And they also had exercise classes. When we went to the Grand Design rally 2 months later, they didn't have any of that. So the thought came to my mind that, it was something that was needed. Fitness on the road is really difficult for not only me and Linda, but also for a lot of people that travel. And so I thought that was something that would really fit in nicely. And as it turned out, we'd made a connection at last year's rally. So one of our neighbors, husband and wife team, Neil and Diana, we just happened to be getting ready to leave, and they were out and about, and I posed the question to them. And so
They're on the planning committee.
they're on the planning committee. They were really heavily involved in the seminars and even a lot of the volunteer
Everything.
activity. What it turned out to be, and Linda talked about this earlier, so there was my class, Fitness on the Road, but we kicked off our exercise classes with a bike ride.
Yeah, the very first day.
Very first day. And we had 25 people that showed up. And we had a lot of fun. There's a trail right next to the fairgrounds. It's called the Pumpkin Vine Trail. And I think it seemed like everybody had a blast.
It was a great day. It was a beautiful day. And it was cooler. It wasn't, super hot. It wasn't 95 degrees or anything. So, yeah, before everybody really got into the whole rally, get things, people came out for a bike ride. And it was so nice. People thanked us for doing that, along with the other classes that we gave. So,
yeah, beyond that, we had a yoga class we had 10 people, and
we thought that was well attended.
Yeah, and we did. And interestingly enough, they were asking for another yoga class.
More yoga. So we did another on the next day.
That was great to hear. And then a body weight class, and then finally we did a walk and a run. Linda led the walkers, and I led the one runner that showed up.
We only had it was 48 degrees outside.
Yeah, the weather turned, and it was really chilly.
Yeah, so we think that, and actually we talked to people who had said, if it wouldn't have been so cold, I would have been there.
Yeah. But I'm going to have to maybe wrap this section up on my seminar. The seminar for me was a lot of fun. There was a lot of trepidation maybe leading up to it, because I didn't know how it was going to go. This was the first time that I had given a seminar of this type and really spoken outside of work to a group. But we had 40 people, and I was really happy about that.
Yeah.
And
because at first they kind of trickled in. They just trickled up until it was time, So we weren't sure what we were going to get, and it ended up being a pretty good. I think we were really pleased. Okay, what's next, Gary?
We're going to move on to, I think, another point that after having our camper for a year and a half, it was time for some maintenance work, and that's another nice thing about the rally is you have technicians there.
Well, and not just Grand Design. Everybody from Grand Design is there. They shut down the plant, but they are out there day and night practically working on people's rigs and getting warranty work done and, just anything that you need. The other nice thing is that you have these vendors who send out notices ahead of time. Hey, do you need your tanks cleaned? We'll do it while you're there. And we ended up having suspension.
We had a couple things done. One was the axles were greased, and then we had new suspension put in. So with the condition of some of these roads these days, some of the roads are just absolutely terrible. So we put in the MoRide 4000 series suspension, and the guys were there for maybe 3 hours or so.
Another thing is that you can get some nice little discounts when you buy
You really
different
can.
things through them at the rally. Last year, we purchased a couple of things that we needed. Of course, they didn't have those in stock, and they shipped them to our home for free. So, and it took a little while to get it, but we saved a lot of money.
But
that way.
speaking about discounts, when you have these technicians on site, they even give you a discount on the work. So when we had the suspension and the axles greased, we got a bit of a discount on that too.
And that
So
wasn't, Grand Design did not do that work. There, it was another company.
It was
that-
an independent company.
Yeah.
So, but to have those guys on site during that time, it really, I think it's a huge benefit to be able to take advantage of that. We're staying in Rhonda with Over the Hill Adventures. Good job.
Thank you. It's all out.
So after the Grand Design Rally, we had a few days where we decompressed.
Yes.
Because we were tired. I mean, we were getting up early on a lot of those mornings, and to, at least for me, it was a little bit stressful. Just not knowing what to expect at the seminar, at the exercise classes, and so we need a little time to decompress. And it was pretty cool. We stayed at a campsite, Kankakee River State Park, Bourbonnais, Illinois.
That's just south of Chicago.
South of Chicago. I actually went to college in Bourbonnais at Olivet Nazarene University. So that was pretty cool, just to be able to drive around the campus and see what's changed. And I played soccer there and see what changes they'd made to the soccer field and just everything else on the campus. But we also took a bike ride, which was pretty enjoyable. They have a nice little trail that we rode.
Today we're at Kankakee River State Park, and just 2 days to decompress after the Grand Design National Rally. But we thought we'd go for a bike ride. It is a gorgeous day today. How long is the trail, Gary?
We did like 10 miles one way. I think it's 10 miles one way.
Yeah. So we're, I don't know, about a third of the way in the one direction. So we'll see how far we go.
Most of it is paved, but there's maybe a 3-mile section or so that's chip rock or gravel.
The trail was along the river, so
Yeah.
I thought that would give us another
And
place
it was,
to ride before we
it was
went home.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It really was. Really a nice park because it's well shaded. You've got, huge campsites.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. So we stayed in the very first, they have 4 loops, and we stayed at one of the loops, the very first campground when you turn into the loop. But all the noise, all the kids and the families were farther
Kind of in the
into the
back.
loop. So it was a little quieter for us older people.
Let's finish up with the final point that you had on your list. And I think it's really a good one because it really kind of summarizes, I think, the general spirit of the Grand Design Rally. And it has to do with everybody being happy.
Everybody was happy. Yeah, they were. They plan a good rally. It's just, there's something for everybody, including the kids. They had a really good kids club camp, whatever, that the kids seemed to have a blast at. So good food, good people, great weather.
If you want to see how your camper is made, there's
Tours of
there's
the factory.
tours. We did that last year. Those are really well planned out.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot of fun. But I think the great thing is, which we bought a camper, a Grand Design Reflection camper, and we bought that camper. But there was one unexpected thing that came with it, I think.
And that's the family that
And
came with
yeah, it really is, because you feel like you are family. And that starts from the very head with Don Clark, and it's all the way down the line. And you just really feel like you're important, and they want to listen to you. I mean, the fireside chat, that's Wednesday night. Don actually answers any question.
Or he throws people under the bus.
Yeah. But he's really quite the charismatic person.
He's a
And
hoot.
yeah, you just never know what he's going to say. It's really a blast.
Yeah.
We do have 2 honorable mentions,
Okay.
right? One is our Section L group. We talked about all the planning that went into some of the activities that they planned, and
They went above and beyond.
they really did.
The Rileys and the Bates went way over the top.
They did.
We had the dinners, yeah,
We did.
but we had a costume contest.
We did.
One night.
which was a lot of fun.
It was, yes. After, so we had the costume contest. We had to dance for our awards if we were going to get anything.
The one thing I'll say is we were robbed. There should have been one on originality.
Yeah, okay. Tell us how you really feel. And then, so we absconded with all of the golf carts in our section. They were like, if there's a key, go ahead and take it.
Yep.
So
we got to drive around the
Yep, and we did a
Fairgrounds.
parade through all the sections.
That was fun.
So that was fun. And yeah, so that was a good time.
And then 2 days later was your favorite event.
There was a secret afloat.
Yes.
Yes, we had been practicing. Well, not him, me and some other people had been practicing for weeks ahead of time. And we had a flash mob. Oh my gosh.
So
it was crazy.
after they took a group picture.
Yeah.
So
From a drone.
From a drone. Everybody was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that finished, the music started blaring, and everybody that was going to dance from Section L, that was our section, went to the front and started doing the routine.
Yeah, it was only a minute and a half, but I think Don Clark enjoyed it, along with some other people who stuck around.
Yeah, he jokingly said he was going to ban the Bates for 2 years, but I think that was his way of acquiescing and giving his endorsement to their creativity.
Yeah, they are a hoot.
They are.
Yes.
We keep saying it over and over, but really, it was just a great week. Compared to last year, it was so much more fun, and we felt so much more involved, so much more connected, and can't wait for next year.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, we look forward to that. So with that, we're going to wrap up, and maybe
Let me say it. So thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully it will psych you up to go to a rally yourself. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button.
Hit the
for our
subscribe button.
Yeah.
And maybe it might have motivated you to get out and exercise
And hit those trails.
hit those trails. So we'll look forward to seeing you on the
On the
trails.
trail. I don't think we can say that. Doesn't somebody else say that?
I don't care.
You heard it.
We'll see you on the next video.
Okay.
Bye for now.